Damn, Ben Marshall.
Ayy. Try to run from the switch, we catch him. Dumb ass ain't make it too far. Whole lot of shots in the car. I shoot to the mall. I don't know how to shoot, I was learning. Target practice was on they squad. I was going on a spiritual journey. Now I'm back seeing niggas a guy. Give him more shots, he ain't had enough. Only give head tap, so he better duck. I pack, roll him up, then take a puff. He'll still be alive, he ain't gas him up. We don't shoot through doors, no way. Hit the window, cause show he deal away. Still hit a nigga block with a throwaway. Catch him, beat him to the gun break.
It's a little citrusy zen for the video. Alrighty, hopefully you guys enjoyed that little intro that we had going on there. Doing a little bit more different things just to spice the videos up and make it look a little more interesting. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that. And as you can tell by the title and by the pre-video that you just saw, we're going to be reviewing the Stribog SP9A3. That's a lot. That's a lot. This gun, I've put about, I want to say 700 rounds through it since I've had it. I've had it for a couple of months now, and honestly, it's a pretty cool little gun. For the most part, I haven't had any issues with it. Had some feeding issues here and there, but I'll get into that later. So far, it's a pretty cool little gun. For those Call of Duty players out there, this is basically the Striker 9. Don't really care if you like it or not. So, getting it right into it, what is a Stribog SP, whatever the fuck it's called? This is a roller delayed 9mm pistol. So the ATF doesn't quote me on that. This is not a rifle. This is a 9mm pistol. This is made by Grand Power in Slovakia or the US somewhere, more than likely. It just says Slovakia on the side of it. Don't believe me? There it is. So getting into this, we'll start with the barrel. I've got 1/2 28 thread. This is just your basic 9mm threaded barrel that you can get. I don't have a 9mm. I don't have a 9mm suppressor, so not a real big deal. It doesn't really matter. But for those people out there that do like to pay their tax stamps, it is threaded, and you can put a suppressor on it, so it's pretty cool. Moving on to the barrel, you have about an 8-inch barrel, which runs pretty well for a 9mm. 25 is about your perfect range. 50 is where you start getting a little squirrely. At 25, you have about a 1 to 3 inch grouping, and then 50, just depends on what you're running and how far you're shooting out. So if you do run a suppressor, I'm sure you'll get a little better grouping. But it is a 9mm, only is so effective at so far, but that's what I've noticed. I did get about a 1 to 3 at 25, and then was able to hit on target, man-sized target at 52, 70. But after that 75 mark, you start really just losing really consistent variables depending on ammo and other circumstances. But yeah, so 25 to 50 runs great. What does make this cool is that it is roller delayed, sort of similar to the MP5 in a way, but not at the same time, which really does reduce some recoil here and there. And it does help it quite a bit. There's not a lot of recoil in the first place because it is a 9mm, and this is a pretty, I wouldn't say it's heavy, but it's heavier than your average pistol. So it does delay a little bit of the recoil, and you can get a better grip on it, obviously, than you could a handgun. So it does run pretty well. You can run it pretty rapid and not have any issues and stay on target pretty easily. So moving on to more of the upper part of this, the charging handle is a non-reciprocating charging handle, which is cool. Which means, if you don't know what that means, it doesn't go back and forth like the Scar H does or anything related to that. It stays in one place. So once you walk around in the chamber and fire, this does not go back and forth. It stays in one position. And the charging handle is, it is ambidextrous, which is great. Everything on this weapon is ambidextrous. So your bolt release is ambidextrous on both sides here. Your mag release is ambidextrous, your safety is ambidextrous, and pretty much everything else, like I said, you can switch the charging handle to the other side if you need be, which is pretty cool. But yeah, it's pretty cool little running gun for the most part. It does have a few issues here and there that I ran into, but we'll get into that in a little bit. So going up to the top, you do get a nice flat Picatinny rail. Right now I'm running an EOTech. I don't remember what model it is. It's just a standard EOTech that runs on the AA's. It's an older model, but I am running that on here, just a spare one that I wanted to run. I would say if you want to run something on this, I would say a red dot would probably be a little bit better of an option, but the EOTech runs well too. Holds pretty good zero on it, and is what it is. Now onto the sights. It does have some flip up sights that you can use. Your pretty typical sights. They're pretty accurate straight out of the box. There's nothing you can really do anyway to them. It's pretty accurate at 25 meters, and then you do have your standard little irons that are real low. So when you are trying to get up on here, it is really low to see them, but you can't see it with your sight on anyway. But if you do flip these up, you can kind of see it through the EOTech for the most part. But it, again, a little low. So I do think running a red dot, maybe if you have a little bit of a riser or something that you can see through, or a lower, smaller red dot that some pistols can run, I think would be a little bit better, that you're still able to see your sights through. But like I said, I just threw this EOTech on just for the hell of it. Why not? On this, you also do get a lower Picatinny rail, so you can put some grips, lights, whatever you need to on it, and you do get a little bit of M-lock options on the side, which you can also run some lights here and there, which is cool. They did do a good job on the customization ability on this, which is cool. I'm not going to run any lights on it. I'm just going to keep it the way it is. I don't really run this gun as much as I want to, but like I said, this is just kind of a fun gun. It's not really anything serious that I would trust my life with, to be honest with you. So moving on to the magazines. Cool thing about this is that it comes with 3 33 round magazines. This actually is pretty much a standard fit Glock mag. This does run through Glocks. I've run it through my 17, 34, 19, whatever. It runs through all of them perfectly fine. It does fit in there pretty well. It is plastic, but I don't know if it's necessarily the magazine or if it is the weapon itself, but I have had some feeding issues. I'm probably going to play a video. I did get it on video. I did have some feeding issues. I do think it might be these magazines, because I did notice when I was loading more rounds into it, the spring didn't compress all the way. It had some issues here and there. It could be an internal thing. It could just be something that I got a defective mag on. It did do it with all 3 that it came with, so I'm wondering if it's just the mags or if it was just me. Now, see, this is a Glock 17 mag, which does fit in here, and I did run a couple Glock 17 mags through this, and I did have a few problems here and there, just of this double feeding rounds. So I wonder if that could have been an ammo issue, or if it could again could have been a weapon issue. Now the break-in period on this, everything is really stiff on it. I've put about, I want to say 500, 600 rounds through this just in the past couple of days. I probably put about 1,000 through it altogether, but it is still extremely stiff. The charging handle is really stiff. The mag release is stiff. The bolt release is extremely stiff. Trying to get the lock this back is a pain in the ass to do, but it is all metal, so I'm wondering if I put a couple thousand more through it, if it will really break all these parts and stuff into it. The finish on it did scratch pretty well. I don't really care about that. I don't care about scratching. I really don't. I paint my rifles. I paint pretty much everything. They scratch just because, spray paint this and that. But I'm not going to spray paint this, but I did notice that the finish on this scratches real easy. If you're somebody that's into that and you want to keep your guns perfect, this does scratch pretty easily. But again, it's a weapon. It's a tool. Use it. It's going to scratch. It's going to do this and that. So now when it comes to price on this, you can find used ones for about $900 to around $1,000. I did see some that were lower in the $850 range, but you could tell that they were really used and abused. Brand new, this will run you about $1,200 to $1,400. Now moving on to triggers. The trigger on this is actually pretty phenomenal for the most part. Haven't had any issues with it. In my personal opinion, I like it. It's a straightforward trigger. It's straight up and down, which is cool. The wall on it is pretty much instant. That's about it. And then you see, you pull. And then the reset on this is actually pretty minimal. And you're back at that wall. And you get about I would say about 3-pound pull. Once you get back to that wall, I'd say it's about a 5-pound stock trigger. But it does run well. If you want to do fast shooting with it, you certainly can. It shoots pretty quick. Running to the back of the gun, you do have a folding stock that's stock with it. No pun intended there. But it is pretty cool. It's easy concealable. You can throw this in a bag and it's good to go. You could shoot it this way too. Since it's a non-reciprocating bolt, you won't have any issues shooting it, folded up. So for the most part, this gun has been pretty awesome. I haven't had really any issues other than the feeding issues here and there. You know, if you guys are looking into getting a gun, just, you know, have fun and shoot around and plink with, I think this is a good option. You can run a suppressor, you can run a lot of attachments on it, and, you know, it's something fun to shoot around and have fun with. So hopefully this, guys, give you a good understanding of what this weapon is like, and hopefully it helped you on your journey if you're looking to buy one of these, or if you're looking to purchase something similar to this. So if you guys enjoyed the video, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I hope you guys are having a great day, and catch you in the next video.